Thanks, Demi, for joining again. I'm trying to add Mr. Noel. Hi, Nina. Okay, so I'm just going to recap because we started this live again. I said, good evening, everyone. You're welcome to Business Beyond Skills, an initiative of Sassy Saint Craft Company that interacts with top business professionals in building the excellent minds of in the business of craft. Every month, Every month, we invite intelligent minds over to a chat dealing in different topics that helps our vision. You can send in topics you believe should be discussed and it will be put into consideration. Today, our topic is excellence in delivering your craft. What should I consider as my craft? This you may ask. Well, your craft is the act of what you create as a service or product or value to the people. What you give out, the things you create with your hands, the things you do to make money is what your craft is. Please note that at Business Beyond Skills, we are particular about skills men with just technical skills. That's those men that actually have technical skills but have little or less business acumen to expand their business or grow their business. Um, so they are looking. These individuals are looking to doing business the proper way as well as the excellent way. Anyone can learn how to handle tools, but those that take things the extra mile. Not just by their creativity but perceived value are those that stand out and are sought after. Which brings me to branding. So I'm going to read out what I learned of recent about what branding actually is. So I realized that branding isn't just the visual identity of your brand, hence logo, tagline, packaging. It is also though it is a subset of a true brand, but it is not the brand identity. The brand identity is way bigger than your logo. The brand identity is way bigger than your tagline. It is way bigger than your packaging. So I keep trying to accept yours, but it's not coming on. So just kindly accept my invite. Just accept my invite as we practiced earlier. Is Bemi still online? So sorry about that.
Yeah. Can
So
you hear
can you
me?
hear me? I think it's Instagram that is doing this because I don't understand what's happening.
Oh, okay, okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you clearly.
But I can't see you. I don't know.
You don't
What's the issue?
see me?
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Can every other person see me, please? Can you see me now?
No, it's still blank. I can just see myself.
Interesting. Please, how many people are you guys seeing? Please, can you comment and let me know how many people are on the screen?
Oh, okay.
Okay. It has to be from your side, sir.
Um, or maybe I should go up and just. Okay, some people can see both of us. I don't know. Why can't I see you?
I don't know either.
All right. Should we just go like this, or I should just go off and try to reconnect again?
How long will that take? I'm scared of.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, you can go off. Then
All right, I'll
I will
just.
send you an invite again. You
All
accepted
right.
my invite, right?
Yes, I have.
So please go off. Then I'll send you another invite.
All right, all right.
Thanks. Sorry about this glitch. Okay, so can you see me now?
I think we're just going to go on like this. I can't see you, but maybe we should just go on like this. I don't know what's going on. I
The
can't see you.
problem now is I can't see you.
Now you can't see me too.
Yeah, but can every other person see us? Can you see us? Please, can you type in the comment section if you can see us? Okay, so I guess we'll just go on like this.
All right.
Okay, so sorry about the glitch. So as I was saying, I learned something of recent about branding. Um, and I think I'm just going to read it out loud so that we can get on with the program. So I learned that branding isn't just about the visual identity of your brand, which we always know that it's either the logo or the tagline or the packaging. I learned that branding is actually way greater. It's the visual identity is enveloped in branding. So it's just a subset of a true brand. So I'm going to read it out loud. Your brand identity is the overall persona, culture, set of values, mode of communication and interaction, operational principles and practices, and visual appeal adopted by an entity. In one word, it is the personality of your business or craft. It is super important, and this is why we have decided to bring in an excellent mind. I wish I could see you, like seriously, of his craft to take us into the depth of how operational principles and practices are important. His name is Mr. Akinpelu Emmanuel, and I know him as Noel. He's the founder of Noel Bata. He has several Instagram pages in which he shares his knowledge with colleagues from time to time about their craft. I would really like us to pay attention since every other person can see us. Let's
Yeah.
note our main points and ask questions during this interaction. So, Mr. Aki, I want you to take over from me right now and we'll get into it.
All right, all right. Good evening, everybody. Um, Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for the introduction and all like that. My name is. You can just call me Akinola, or yeah, Akinola is fine. And yes, we are going to talk about excellence in shoemaking or craft generally. So pardon me when I use shoemaking because that's like my forte. But then we are talking generally about craft here. So everything we are going to be discussing will be more of craft in general. So everything leather or everything around craft majorly. So that's what we're going to be discussing majorly. Yeah. So yeah, it's nice to be here. So I think we can just begin here.
Okay, so my first question would be, based on your experience so far,
Yeah.
how how do you sense excellence? What do you know as excellence? What do you perceive as excellence? What have you done and believe to be excellent? And how do you ensure that excellence in craft, how do you ensure excellence in craftsmanship throughout your production process?
Okay, thank you for that question. So, majorly, if you're going to even define excellence, right? If you're going to go by the dictionary meaning and all like that, excellence is just majorly being good at the quality of work, right? Being good at whatever you're doing. So that's just majorly excellence, right? So you're good at whatever craft you've chosen to do, you're good at it. That's like majorly excellent. So, and how to more or less ensure excellence in whatever you're doing is first off is even to know what you're doing. Do you understand? Like majorly a lot of crafts people just pick this knowledge and you just move with it without getting the core knowledge. So majorly when you talk about excellence in craftsmanship, the first thing is even do you even know what you're doing? Do you understand? Apart from the surface level, like do you know it well enough to be good at it? Because excellence is just majorly good at being good at what you're doing. So do you really know what you're doing to even get to the point where you're good at it? So that's like the first level of it. So for you to even be excellent at whatever you're doing, you have to get knowledge, like find knowledge. You can only do what's like give what you have. If you don't have it, you can't give it. So it's more or less finding knowledge first, like understanding that you've gotten to the point where you know this thing, then you can. So whatever you're putting out quality stuff because you know it already to come out. That's like it's more or less like when you know this, you're getting this. Do you understand? So when you can get to the point where you know what you're doing so well, then it's going to come out excellent. Then another way where I want to view it is you said something about branding the other time, and I want to relate. I want to borrow the logic from branding too. Can everybody hear me? I hope I'm not too fast.
No, but I can hear you clearly.
All right,
I
that's
think
great. So,
I can hear.
okay, so I want to borrow your logic from the branding, right? Which I think is quite similar to excellence in crafts majorly. So your kind of person will definitely affect whatever thing you do. So your personality will affect whatever thing you do. So that's meaning if you're someone that just likes to do things anyhow, like you're just shabby about whatever you do and all like that, it will reflect in whatever you do. So even when you're good at what you're doing, but then your personality is you just do things anyhow, you don't care whatever anybody thinks and all like that, it will reflect in your business. If you're the type of person that talks too much or just say things anyhow, when you communicate with people, it will show. Even if when you're selling your product, it will show. Do you understand? So if you're not someone that takes excellence as a core value, like if part of your values are not being good at what you're doing, or you just feel like once I know A and B, I don't need to get to Z or Y. Do you understand? And you just want to
Yeah.
go like it will reflect in your product or whatever you're doing. So if you're not an excellent person, if you're not someone that takes things serious, or you know that whatever I'm giving should be quality, do you understand? You will get to that point where regardless of whatever you're doing, it will reflect in it. It's just natural. It's just the way it is. Do you understand? So the first thing which I'm going to say is your personality should also be like you crave for excellence. Excellence should be part of your core values. So if it's part of your core values, whenever you're doing something, even when you've not gotten to that point, your body is telling you, I need to be good at this thing. So you're craving to learn more, to do more, to bring out quality stuff. Do you understand what I'm saying? So your
Yeah.
personality will be one, and learning, like knowing what you're doing, will be another thing. So finding knowledge in whatever you've chosen, whatever craft you've chosen, finding knowledge there and going with it will be another thing, which I'm going to. That's the way I'm going to define excellence in craftsmanship.
So you said something about building your core knowledge, like having to build your core knowledge, and you also mentioned that people go around and getting different types of knowledge without really knowing the depth of what they are doing. Now, my
Yes.
question is based on that. How do you, because most times we think we know.
Yeah. That's,
You don't know what you don't know until you I don't want to start speaking in video, but you really don't know what you don't know until something shows you you don't know it.
yeah.
Sometimes
That's
you
true.
think you know until you get to that, you get to be exposed to somebody that knows better. I don't know if you understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I get you. I
But
totally understand what
yeah,
you're saying.
so how do you know this is a call? This is something I'm supposed to know. How do you unlearn? How do you relearn? How do you learn? Is there a best way to actually learn excellence?
Okay. So I won't say this. So what I would say is, first off, the if you're the kind of person that like you always seek for knowledge, like you want to know better. If you're not the kind of person that once I get this knowledge, that's all, that's the height of it, I'm not doing anything again. Right? You know how we used to say when you write your final exam and you're saying,
Yeah,
even when you see newspaper, you're not reading again, that kind of thing. If you've not
yeah.
gotten to that level where you know that I mean, and social media has made it quite easy these days where you can see what you are doing, whatever craft you're doing, you can see it compared to what is online. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's obvious. Nobody needs to tell you that. All of us know what is good and what is bad, or what is good and what has not gotten to that level of good or excellent or something like that, right? So
Yeah.
you can see what you're doing and you can compare to what others are doing. And you know yourself, you know. Nobody needs to tell you that you've not gotten to that level. So what
True.
remains between you, where you are, and that level is knowledge. So now, when you know that there's a gap between you and that level, and you are that kind of person that seeks excellence and you want to get to that point where you're good, like whatever you bring out is excellent, then you keep seeking for knowledge till you get there. Even though by the time you are getting to that place, the goalpost might have shifted rather, right? Maybe there's innovation or something, so there's
Oh,
something new coming out again. Do you understand? So, and that's why they say in life, it's just you just keep learning because at the point where you stop learning, and that's where you start dying. So you keep learning. When you know you can see what you're doing compared to what others are doing, you know you've not gotten to that point. So what you just need to, what's between you and that point is knowledge. So what you need to do now is keep seeking for knowledge. People are around to help you. There are a lot of people around to help you. Sometimes it might cost you though. It does not come cheap where knowledge is just free and everybody's speaking. Sometimes it might cost you, but then you know the value of what you're looking for, so you keep going for it. I don't know if I have answered your question.
you have done really great. Actually, I would like to add to that point where you said that knowledge would cost you. Sometimes we
Yeah,
think that when we say knowledge would cost you, it means financially. But there are times that it might cost you your pride,
yeah,
not
exactly.
just
Exactly.
money. It might cost you your pride because you may have to go lower to learn better. It's
Exactly.
not always it's not always so that sometimes you have to move backwards to actually
Yeah,
be learned. And that's why
exactly.
I mentioned earlier in relearning, unlearning, and learning. I like the way you answered the question. I
Exactly.
especially like the part where you said knowledge never ends. When you stop learning, you start to die.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I would like to ask my next question. Escape Uh, you can't join in at the moment because this is a closed session. So sorry.
Oh,
But
okay,
you
it's
can
closed already.
yeah, no, like the are you SK Fit? Are you the one that is sending the request?
No, 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 I'm not.
Okay, okay. So SK Fit, if you have questions, just type into the comment section and we'll answer. So sorry about that. So number two question I have is how can a brand effectively convey its commitment to excellence in craftsmanship? Let me put that in simpler words. Okay, we're going to use your crafts industry, which is the shoemaking industry. So we have
Okay,
a shoemaker and the person has to effectively convey his commitment to excellence through his product or through the way he talks to his clients. How
right.
do you do that effectively without having to um disrupt other systems?
Okay. So, in terms of giving quality product or excellence to your clients, right?
Yeah,
Still, I'm going to borrow from the last answer I gave you. So let's assume you've gotten to the point where you know what you're doing already, right? Where you know
yeah,
what you're doing. Where you've gotten to that point where you know what you're doing. So and I like to explain this thing in terms of how to put it. There's this proverb about Rome and all like that. See, when you take each of your process as if it's the one determining the final product. So let's say we have
mm,
like 5 steps to get to the final product, and each one you're taking it as serious as the other one, as the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one. So at the point where let me use shoemaking as an example now. At the point where you're cutting your leather, you know that if you make mistake at that point where you're cutting your leather, by the time you get to the end product, there will be mistake, right?
yeah,
So you make sure that each step you're going through, you're taking it as serious as the other. So let's say you're applying gum right now. You're taking that gum serious as if that's the only thing you have to do. So let me use other brands, right? Abroad, foreign
mm,
countries, right? So
yeah,
what they do is each step for shoemakers in Nigeria now, we do virtually everything. Like one shoemaker will do everything. So you be
yeah,
the one to cut, you be the one to apply the gum, you be the one to stitch, you be the one to finish. Do you understand? For
true.
other foreign countries and all like that, especially when it's mass produced and all like that, right?
Yeah,
They have different people for those processes, right? So you
true.
can be for 5, 6 years, all you'll be doing in that company will just to polish the shoe. So you polish so well that you can even sleep and polish. But then when it comes to this our terrain, right?
Yeah,
You have to do everything. So when you know that you have to do everything, then you have to take each of them as if you're an expert in that particular one. So when you're applying gum, you're acting as if you're the expert in applying gum. Because if you do it anyhow and you just mess up with it, when you get to the final product, you're going to get something different. It won't come out excellent.
mm,
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
you to ensure excellence through the process, you have to take each of the process. And when you move to as a shoemaker, when you get to the point where you have people working for you, right? You get to that point where there's like this is quality control for this stage, right? This is what we have to check to make sure this stage is correct before we move to this stage. So that by the time when you're getting to the final product, because everything is intertwined, right? If you make mistake when you're stitching, it should be obvious when you finish the final product.
True,
So
true.
that's why each of the steps you have to take it serious so that when you get to the final product, you are getting quality, like your everything you want is coming out the way you want it, and your customer will appreciate it. So that's
Mm,
how, for me, if I'm using my brand as an example, now, that's how we ensure quality in each quality product, right, or excellent product. Let
mm,
me put it that way, because each of the step you're taking it as serious as the next one. This place I must not make mistake. And sometimes it's not like you're every robots or something like that. You make mistakes sometimes, right? Which is
mm-hmm.
not sometimes might not be visible to your customers. There's some very
Yeah,
negligible mistakes that you make and your customers will never see. They say they are shoemakers. Do you understand? Those are
true.
mistakes that you can just pass by, that will just go. But you have to be conscious not to make mistakes. If the mistake comes, it's very minimal because you're conscious about it. I don't know if you answered the question.
Understand. what you're saying. So what you're saying is, because in every process of craftsmanship, we have
Yeah,
the production process to
yeah,
the end of the process, which is delivery to the client. So
exactly.
every of the steps of that process, you have to ensure you're doing it the best way that you can, like an expert
You
in.
can.
So if you're
Exactly.
doing, your job is to put the product inside a poly bag or a
Yeah,
transparent nylon, you're doing it excellently. If your job
exactly.
is to do an aspect of the of your product, of your resource, you do that excellently. Every step of the process must be done. What you're saying is, you're not just looking at the end product.
No,
You're not waiting till the end product. You're actually taking it step by step, because if you do each step excellently, there's no how the end product is going to be
product
excellent.
to be exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Even to
Okay.
the point of how you relate to your customers too, right?
Yeah.
So let's move to the point where the product is done and how you relate to your customer. You are also
Yeah.
intentional about it. That's why for shoemakers here in Nigeria now, we wear a lot of art. Let me put it that way. Because you're doing virtually, especially when you're still in one-man business, you're doing virtually everything. So at the point where you're done with the shoemaking, that's your own core, right? Just see the point how your interpersonal relationship with your clients, the way you react to them, the way you solve problems with them, when the problem arises, the way you solve it and all like that. You still have to learn those processes. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So to the core, like to the end where the customer gets it and the person is satisfied, you make sure each process you're doing it excellently.
So I think one thing I'm getting from you right now is, when you're working as a craftsman and you have to deliver excellence, you have to understand that it's beyond technical skills. You're not just going to be focused on just
Just
making an excellent shoe. You're
exactly,
also going to be focused on your customer relations. You're going to be focused on how you deliver that
sure.
product. You're going to be focused on a lot more things than just how to make a perfect shoe. Am I saying
Exactly.
what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
I
exactly. That's the
I
point.
want to use that to get to the point where I want you to tell me a bit about your brand.
Okay.
What inspired this direction? Because I realized that your brand is quite distinct, in the sense that you're not just doing the footwear, but you also try to show people a bit those details that they may overlook but count a lot. And you're not just showing anyone, you're showing those people that people may call your competitors. I I want to know what inspired the direction of your brand, and how does it resonate with your target audience.
Okay. All right. So let me use myself as an example now. Let me talk about when it was still one man business, right? Like I always
Okay.
say, your person will reflect in whatever you do. Like your person, your personality will reflect in whatever you do. So for me, right from time, I've always been this person. If you ask my mom or whoever lives around me, they'll tell you I may not be the one to help you to cook or do all of those stuff, but when it comes to cleaning, it's like a thing for me. It does not stress me. I don't find it difficult, right? When it comes
Yeah.
to cleaning and making sure everything is well arranged and not like that. At a point when I was living with one of my friends in school, he was always calling me this OCD thing. I don't even believe in that. But over time, I've known myself to be that type of person that is very strict with things. Like I like things well arranged and all like that when it comes out well. Do you understand? That's my
Yeah.
personality. So it's reflecting in what I do. Do you understand? That's
Yeah.
when I say who you are will reflect in your kind of business. It will definitely. So if you're a fashionable person or very colorful person, when you're starting a business, your brand color will be colorful because that's like it's already your person. I don't know if you understand what
True.
I'm saying. So
True.
right from time, I've always been this person where I'm very strict with things. And this is not to say that if you're not that kind of person, you can't still be excellent in your product. No. So if you're not that kind of person and if you know yourself, what you just need to do is to be intentional about being excellent in what you're doing. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So let me go back to where how I started and all like that. So over time, I just know I want something to come out good. At the point when I was in school, and that's secondary school, I don't even like buying handmade. I prefer this foreign made because of the way it comes out. It's always neat, everything is good and all like that. I prefer those kind of brands compared to so how I even dabbled into handmade. I can't even understand that here. But then I know that I want something to come out great because of my personality. So every time I'm going into making anything, I'm intentional about making this thing come out well. One major problem too I noticed about shoemakers is the point where they are not patient enough. Everything, let's do it sharp, 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 let's get to the end product. Do you understand? And
Yeah,
that's not how it works when it comes to giving quality or excellence. So
yeah,
because of my person, I've gotten to the point where I know that I want to deliver good products. Now that's the product part, right? Let me talk about the customer part too. Where because this person I don't like cheating someone. Um I, I'm not I think I'm introvert, right? So most times when I want to relate to people, I'm more or less careful with the kind of the way I relate to them. I want to treat them well. So do you understand that kind of thing? So when it
yeah,
comes to me relating with customers and all like that, sometimes even when I started, it was only me, I will make sure when they send me money to make products, I won't touch the money. I will finish the product, deliver first before saying, okay, this is now the money I've made. Because in my mind, I'm like, if anything happens, I'll tell them to return it back and give them their money. That's why you see in our brand right now, the Mel brand, you will tell you there's guarantee when we deliver something different from what you ordered, we'll refund your money. Because from onset, it has always been like that. I'm that kind of person. If you feel like I've cheated you, I'm getting my product back and I'm giving you your money back. Do you understand? And that's also related to my personality. Do you understand? So,
yeah.
and this is to say that if that's not your personality, that doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you have to be intentional about giving excellence. That's just it. Are you with me?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to ask
Hello?
you a question.
Okay. So let me conclude on what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
moving to where you said I give content for free and all like that to make sure I feel like in Nigeria now we're going to the point where shoemaking shouldn't just be just you. What do I mean? Like, it should just not be okay. Noah is the one doing good, right? I feel
Yeah.
like we don't even have enough shoemakers yet to serve Nigeria. Let alone one person is not doing and the big boss and the one that knows it all. I really think collaboration is what's going to make this industry. I'm more or less looking at this industry as like as a whole than myself. So
Yeah.
today now, if you know the amount of shoes China has, they are still sending to Nigeria, and they are not even giving us quality products. We are the third world country. They are sending synthetic to Nigeria. Do you
True.
understand? They are not giving us the best that they have. They are just let's just load them with
They are
whatever we are doing.
dumping.
They are
They are
what
dumping on
countries
us.
will collect it. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
if we shoemakers here, we can improve what we are doing. We can do quality shoes, not just doing anyhow. We at least let's even start serving our markets. Like let us stop all of this importation. Let's service our market and let's see how well we can do. Because when we start doing anyhow, producing nonsense, Nigerians will not buy. Everybody wants quality products now. And if you can't give quality, they will go elsewhere. The only reason why a lot of people are even selling right now is because of the exchange rate. Because if exchange rate was $1 to $1, a lot of brands shoemakers will not even sell because there are better products out there. So how do we now get to the point where we can grow together? Like we can. I'm not saying Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm there yet. I'm not even close to there yet. But then
Yeah.
How can we grow together? So we have like if I have 20,000 shoes I want to make today, I know 20 people I can call and they will produce quality shoe. How do we get to
Exactly.
that level? Do you
Like
understand? How
we
do
can
we get to that level?
as
That's the
well as you are doing to look like you are the one doing it, but there are other people that are doing just
exactly.
as well.
Exactly, you get me. That's the point where I want us to get to. So that's the reason why that's one of the reasons why I opened that channel, right? Where we can share knowledge. It's not about only me coming. That's most times when I post to ask questions. So you can also drop your input and all like that. Let's see. It's not So I feel like shoemaking is very flexible. It's not a one-way thing. Like, it's very flexible.
No,
So you can
it's
drop
not.
your own comment. I can drop mine. Let's see how it goes and all of that. So that's the aim for why I opened that, and of course to teach too, and to
Yeah.
teach online courses and all like that. So that's part of it.
I want to go deeper into what you just mentioned before I move on to my questions. So
Okay.
you mentioned um having to return money
Yes.
if it wasn't according to their taste. Now, I noticed something about the shoemaking, the footwear industry, which is the accurate sizing problem. What do I
Okay.
mean by the accurate sizing problem? A client can tell you, I wear size 43, and
Yeah.
in actual fact, he wears size 45 or he wears size 42, but he just likes when the slippers, the tiner footwear he usually
Yeah.
buy
Right.
size 40. So he assumes, okay, I wear size 43. So it's something. First of all, have you encountered such?
I
Secondly,
know the size, but definitely.
how did you handle such? That's the second question. The third question is on the collaboration issue. If a certain number of us come together to solve that problem, what do you think about that? Because it's a big problem, and it's not just a problem in this country, it's a problem that cuts across. So how do you think that problem can be solved? And
Okay.
how do you think we can actually collaborate on that? Let
Uh,
me allow you answer that before I move to the next question.
exactly. I was even going to say that you help me with some of the questions because I may forget, right? So let me go to the first one where is the sizing problem and all of that, right?
Yeah.
So of course I've been making shoes for say majorly shoes for 2 3 years and slippers for over 5 years and all that. So I've encountered a lot of times, right? So one thing I do is there are two things I've done. There's a part where if the mistake is coming from you and you want me to readjust it,
Yeah.
there's a fee you're going to pay. So I've stopped that for now, but what I do before is if you tell me you're wearing a 43 and I make you a
Yeah.
43 and it gets to you and it's maybe a 44 or a 42, what's going to happen is you can either hold on to that slippers, right? Then you pay me 50% of that particular one for me to make a new one for you.
Okay.
I don't know what if you get me. So you hold on
Yeah.
to that, or you return that to me. You pay me 50% because it's a mistake from your end.
Yeah.
You return when you return that 43, you pay 50% of what you paid for that one, and I'll make you a new one and send it to you.
Yeah.
Meaning you paid for whatever mistake the error you've caused,
Mm-hmm.
and you're getting a new product at a reduced price, half the price.
Yeah.
That's
But
one particular.
how does that cost you? Does it cost you? Like
Of course, of
what
course, of course. It's more or less. It's going to cost me. So it's more or less like we are just sharing it. Another way I've
okay.
dealt with it is for majorly now for shoes. Now I can't go that route. But those ones are for slippers. For shoes, I can't go that route. What I'm going to make sure I do is I send you when you're not sure of your size. I send you videos of how to take your own measurements yourself, how to take your instep and the length of your shoe. Send me pictures of your feet. So those ones will guide me. Even what I will even say in terms of majorly shoemaking and all like that,
Yeah.
even taking measurement of your client is just 50% assurance that you know the size.
Yeah.
We get bespoke shoemakers where they take your measurement and you go for the first testing or sometimes second testing before
Yes,
you
they
get
get to
fine.
know of your feet. Yes.
Exactly. So me taking your measurement is just 50% assurance that I know your size. So now imagine now sending me just picture of your feet. I don't even know your size. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
True.
Because when I
I get.
take your when I take your measurement, it's just 50% assurance that I know the size. Then you're now sending me a picture and telling me you're wearing 43. I don't know your size. We are just working based on assumptions here. So
Sure.
if you tell me
Mm-hmm.
you're wearing 43 and that's not the right size, right? Well, the best
Yeah.
thing I can just do for you is you send me the picture of your feet, send me what's it called, a video showing your instep, everything I need to know, right? And I
Yeah.
use that based on my experience over time. I can use that to craft shoe for you.
Yeah.
And if it does not size you, I'm still going to go back to the same thing. If it's a mistake from my end, there's a particular time where I make exactly a monk strap for a particular client. He's still my client today. I made 3 different mount straps for this same person, three
Yeah.
different ones.
Wow.
So the first one was bad. It was all it couldn't buckle it, right? And
Yeah.
he has this wide fit, he wears 46 or something, then high instep and all like that. He
Yeah.
couldn't buckle it. I made a new one. Then I went to his house again to take a measurement before I made the third one. Now it's like constant client. Every time he needs a shoes, always messaging me and all like that. But then you see how, and I've wasted money making 3 month straps. It's not easy. So, but sometimes you have to sacrifice to even satisfy your customer. It does not come easy anyway.
True.
The
True.
recent thing that happened on Sunday, just this Sunday, this guy ordered a 46 slippers, right? And I made him a
Yeah.
46. He even said 46 big. I made him 48. Funny enough, I wear the same design is what he ordered. I have that design. So he came to my church. He lives around this area. So he came to my church to return it and he wants something, a new one. I'm like, the only reason why I'm doing a new one for you is because this number one, these slippers will even stress me. I can make like 20 in a day. And again, you are a new client. I just want to have you as my client. So
Yeah.
when he saw my own slippers, I wear a 45. So he put the slippers on, and that's the exact size. You're telling me you wear a 46 big, and 45 is your real size. Do you understand? In that
Yeah.
area now, if I want to go through the policy that we use at no NG pattern, you're going to return that 46, and you will pay 50% of the initial price. Then I make a new one and give it to you because you cost that. It's for me. I don't know if you understand what
I
I'm saying.
understand.
So that's the first question. That's the way I deal with it. I've been dealing with it. Sometimes I just feel like it's nothing. I can just do it for you. Of course, it's going to cost me, but then I'm trying to bring you as my customer. I want you around me. If that's my
Yeah.
kind of audience, if the person is even my kind of audience, if you are not my kind of audience, I probably not even make a new one for you. You understand? So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the first question. I think I've answered that. Please, what's the
Yeah.
next question? The second
The
question.
next
Sorry, I'll take
question, the next question is on the sizing, the problem, the problem of sizing. Because as I said earlier, it's a general problem, and
yeah,
it's also it's training also on the clients. It's not just on the custom shoemaker's side, but also
yeah,
on the client. Now they have to go and find how to measure and all the stuff. It takes time. It's not convenient. How do we solve this problem? Because it's a problem. And I personally, I see a market in it. I see
yeah.
a
So
market in it.
yeah. So one, I think I've seen one app online before where the person can just take a picture of his feet and he sends it to the shoemaker. The shoemaker has this particular app where it's going to give you all the dimensions you need. How feasible that is, I don't know yet because I've not used the app yet. I feel like this is what's it called? A gap in the industry where technology can help. I think so.
Yeah.
Technology can help that area, right? Where you don't have to go to, because now the only way to solve that particular error is to take the measurement itself. Tailor will know, like your tailor will know, what's it called? Say he wants to make clothes for you without taking your measurements. Do you understand?
True.
Except it knows you already, or you can just look at it and just figure out something, which might not be 100%.
True.
They need to take measurements.
True.
Do you understand? It's the same thing as shoemaking. Because it's just shoe does not mean you can just look at someone from head to toe and say, I can just craft something for you. Do you understand? We need to take measurement. But then, because of distance and all like that, your customer is in Abuja, you're in Lagos and all like that.
Yes.
The other route you can go now is to get pictures, show them how to take measurements, have like a video on your phone where it's a constant video whenever someone needs to buy shoe, you send it to them. They can help you. It's just a pro and what's it? They're this just small thing you need for paper, biro, and tape, right? They can do
True.
that for you to tape to get the measurement, and based on your own experience, you can walk around it because you've done shoes over time. You can even see someone's feet and you know if this person has high instep or low instep or something like that. You can do that. So that's the solution for now. But then I feel like technology can help over time to bridge that gap.
So I'm going to use this opportunity to actually put it out there. If
Yeah,
there's anybody that is into technology, that feels he knows a solution that we can brainstorm about, I think you should get
exactly.
in touch with either I or you get in touch with Mr. Akin, and we can come together and actually create a solution.
And again,
So,
I even think I like the question where what's it called? They can even give because I know we have a lot of shoemakers here and they've experienced that. So how have you solved yours? I think they can answer that
I
question.
actually solved mine the same way. I have a video that I use to show how to measure your feet. So what they do is I send the video,
Yeah.
so you follow the steps of the video, and you also send a picture of your feet. Some of them send a
Exactly.
video of what they do because they don't understand the inches and stuff. So they send me a video
Exactly.
of how they follow the
And what
instructions. So
exactly what some clients don't even understand is the sizing for different brands is different.
it's
If you're using a
different.
pencil mount, yeah, exactly. If you're using a pencil mount and a sneakers mount, the sizing is going to be different because your leg
Yes.
won't get to the front in the pencil mount. What's it called, last and all like
It's
that.
not even
So those are
supposed to
the
get to
factors
the
that you have to consider too. What do you
yeah.
say?
I said it's not even supposed to get to the tip.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So I put it out there. I look forward to collaborations that can help solve that problem because it's a big problem. And where there is a
Yeah,
problem, there's value. And where there's value, there's money. Because I know people like
yeah,
to hear about money. So let's talk about that. Now, speaking on money, the pricing problem. We all know
yeah,
how it is in Nigeria at the moment, and we know
yeah.
that everything is gas good, gas good. So, how have you been able to keep your excellence brand without affecting, without disrupting your price so much? Like, how have
Okay.
you been able to keep your quality? How have you been able to make sure that you provide the value for the money that you've been paid, but you're not losing out? How are you able to do that?
Yeah, so I think the first thing is pricing. I like when you ask the question, you say I smile because I think like maybe last week or something, I posted on my page where someone was referring to the pricing method and all like that. I feel one of the issues we shoemakers have majorly is pricing. So most times people just think when I buy some leather from Moshi and all like that, I spend 20K, then I can sell this shoe for 40K. There are a lot of factors that you're not imputing into your pricing. So number one problem is we are not even pricing right. I don't even understand what I'm saying. Like you're not
Would you?
even pricing your product. It's more or less like at the point where I discovered when I learned about pricing and I discovered that particular day, I think my brother was around and I was telling him that I've been giving away my shoes because I realized that you might be making money, you are seeing money in your account, but every pair you sell, you are losing. Every
Yeah,
pair you are losing money. But then
yeah,
because of course a lot now, you feel like you
yeah,
have money. Just so
yeah.
one problem is we don't even price right. We are not even pricing well. So a lot of factors, a lot of things that we are supposed to input in our pricing are not there. So when or sometimes what people do, a brand is selling his own this way, and I'm better than this one. Let me add 5K. Or a brand is selling this one, but I've not got it to this level. Let me reduce it by 2K. Do you understand? That's what we are doing, which is very wrong. There are a lot of things you still need to factor in your marketing budget, your what's it called, your logistics, your transportation, your salary. A lot of things that needs to be involved in your pricing. So number one, we are pricing wrong. Then let me assume we are pricing right, right? Let me now move to how do you cope in this terrain where things are very expensive and all like that. Yes, because of the audience you have. Another thing is your target audience, right? So if you know your target audience and they are the ones that value quality, and you've been giving quality over time, you can't start giving quality and you expect everybody to judge you. You've been giving quality over time, and your target audience rather, they value quality. You will still increase your price, and they will still buy.
Bye.
What will happen is you won't just be all these mass products kind of thing, and that's why you yourself as a brand, you need to know where you stand. Are you the one that want to sell 1,000 pairs, or are you the one that want to sell quality 50 pairs? I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I
You
guess
can
I
sell
guess.
1,000 pairs and they are still quality. Don't get me wrong. You can sell 1,000 pairs and they're still quality, but then you have structure for
Mm-hmm.
that. So when you know you
Mm-hmm.
just want to mass produce and just sell and all like that. Of course, quality won't come out from that. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So when you know these are my target audience, they value quality. I also value quality, and I want to give out quality. Yes, you will increase your price and still stick on that quality you're giving. If there are other things that you can change, so let's say you use say a 5 mm what's it called, leather, thick leather, right? And you
Yeah.
know you can still use a 4 mm, and it's still going to come out like the way you want and all like that. It's still quality. It's more or less saying what's it called, a leather sole, like all these thick leather sole and the very soft one or not too strong leather sole. They're still leather sole. They will some like they will work for what you want to do, but maybe they might be like difference in the prices
Yeah.
and all like that. You get what I'm saying? So you can still look for ways to cut down costs. The cost might even be maybe from your transportation. You see a lot of people go to Mushi 5 times in a week. You are spending
Mm-hmm.
too much going to the market now. Why do you need to go to the market that much? Do you understand? Why about you cut cost on transportation and of course still maintain the quality? So look for areas for even major big businesses. Is either they are increasing their revenue or they are cutting cost on their expenditure and all that. So if you know you want to still maintain the same quality, look for areas in your business that are the areas that are draining money. Cut cost on these areas. No, don't affect the quality of your product, but cut cost on those areas. And if there are no areas to cut cost, increase your price. People that value what you're doing will come for it, they will buy. I don't know if you're with me.
I do. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, so
I
that's the way I think we can work around pricing. So if you know you need to increase price because of the cost of production have increased, yes, you increase price. But then you you have to be sure that your target audience, right? They are the ones that value quality. They don't want quantity. Because if they want quantity, they will go for the cheaper ones. Right? But
true.
they know what you are giving and they want quality. They will buy.
True.
So that's the way
Um,
we can work on pricing.
I actually would like to add to that. That which you said, the the transportation. There's
Yeah.
one formula I found that works perfectly for transportation, reducing your transportation costs, which is
Okay.
um, let your clients know this is your market day. Let them know that if it's Wednesday is my market day. So if you order after Wednesday, probably you order Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I don't have the materials, you will have to wait till next Wednesday. And your time starts
Exactly.
counting that next Wednesday. So with
Exactly.
that, I want to believe that clients are quite understanding, more understanding than we believe. If we can
Exactly.
communicate rightly. What clients do not like is lies. They don't want you to tell
Exactly. Yeah,
them,
yeah.
I will
They don't want you to
deliver.
lie to them.
They
Like
want
just
you
give
to
them the way it is.
tell them. That's the truth. If you say, I will deliver tomorrow, and in your mind, you know you are going to deliver in 2 weeks' time, you've lost that time. But if
Yeah.
you tell the clients you're going to deliver in 2 weeks' time because of this, then you try your best to even cut that timing, and you probably you something leads to something, and you can deliver the next week. The
Yeah.
clients will trust you more because they will be like, oh, you'll be able to do this, and then you're like, oh, because this actually worked out, and this like let's learn integrity in this class. Let's not be like
Exactly.
let's
Exactly.
like seriously, because
So
if you notice, yeah,
so what I even do again, I was going to buttress on the technique where you can use to reduce your cost too. So
yeah,
again, you can always buy in bulk too. But that will mean that majorly most of your products are like you have major products that sell often, right? One
yeah,
thing again
yeah.
I see a lot of us do is want to have different designs and all like that. Those different designs will be talking about integrity too. I think in our sector, right, enough people don't value that. So so there's this time where I used to work inside of Moshi, and you hear a lot of people say, "Tile ba lo, ile ma mi ma padà That's in Yoruba means if this client go,
Another
if this client leaves you, another one is coming back. And in their mind, they feel like yes, they are doing the right thing and all that. They just treat people anyhow. It's not right. We need to be professional. Rain scattered your shop or something happened. Don't message the customer that particular day they're supposed to get the product. Message the person a day before. Ah, man, this is what happened. Oh, please pardon me and all like that. They will even appreciate it more than when they are expecting it today. You're not telling them today. For me too, personally, I don't even like that. If I'm expecting you to do something for me today, and you're not telling me today that you won't be able to do it, you are making a mistake. Tell me yesterday so I can plan myself for today that I need it. I don't even understand what I'm saying. So if even when you're giving 3 to 5 working days and all like that, then something happened, you can't meet up with that time. Message your customer before that day. Explain to them this is what this we are humans now, they will understand. Except you are the one that are just messing up and are just doing anyhow. But if not, a lot of times where I have clients and I tell them 3 to 5 working days, sometimes the people are even ready before those. And I was thinking, and that particular day, they will tell me they're not ready to pick it up that particular day. Do you understand? And some, they need that particular day. You will even deliver before that day because it's ready already. You've made it. So we should get to the point where we are intentional about how we treat our clients because that's what we keep up. What we want customer brand loyalty and all like that. Customers to stick with us for a long time. That's how you keep them coming, and they will refer you because if they're happy with whatever you're giving them, they will refer you, and that's how you grow.
You're right about that because the truth is professionalism goes a long way,
Yeah, it does.
and appreciate people appreciate professionalism. They appreciate the fact that you're telling them the truth. People always appreciate the truth. I can't overportray that aspect. People always appreciate the truth. Tells the truth. You have integrity in your business. And because of time, I'm going to ask this last question. And
Okay.
I think he will have to come back. 1 hour is too short.
Okay.
So we'll have to come back. I would discuss that with you later. So let me ask this last question. Can you, how can a brand effectively communicate the artisan aspect of its product in a competitive market? You know our market is very competitive,
Yes,
especially
sir.
your making market. In fact, every craft market is competitive because it's a sure work. People have technical skills, it's easy.
Yeah.
So competitive. So how can you effectively communicate that what I'm doing is different, what who I am is different, even though it's similar when you see the product. It's
Yeah. So
different. The experience is different.
yeah, sure. So I think these days now social media has helped a lot where the quick answer to that, like the straight answer to that will just be content, like just creating content about what you do. That would be like a straight answer to that, right? So when you know that, because when we compare other big brands, right, in terms of shoemaking, when we compare other big brands, you will see them putting out very good content and they are showing you behind the scene of what they're doing. So they are telling you this thing is just not play. We'll get to the final answer. There is this and this steps going into this thing to get to this point. So that's what you are going to communicate when you put out your brand, right? So you're going to get to the point where you create content about what you do, which is stressful. But then that's where we got into, and we
Yes, it
need to
is.
keep improving ourselves. We got to that point. So behind the scene content, virtual video content of what you do, the inputs you put in it, the craft and all like that, the different stages. Just give content about it. There are a lot of examples online where you see how you can do those stuff. I just give out content. This is how I do all of this and all like that. It might not be even showing your face. It's just you see all these big brands. That's what they do. So they just bring out content of the behind the scene of what they're doing, so that you know it takes this and this to get these products, right? And again, the way you market your brand will also give value. Also, so when you're talking about you want to give excellence and all like that, the way you pitch your brand to people, the way you pitch it to your target audience and all again, who let us know as a buyer now to know if you're really excellent or it's just anyhow. Because let's assume you're giving quality product, but then your content and everything's just looking shabby, everything's just looking rough, no clear videos and all like that. They can't attribute quality to what you're doing. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't attribute quality to what you're doing because, of course, maybe your product is very good, but then I need to see it first before I even know its quality. So in terms of you now showing me, you're just doing anyhow, you're taking pictures anyhow, everything is just, it's not organized, everything is just anyhow. Do you understand? I
Yeah.
need to see that this is quality before I even pay that amount for whatever you're doing. So you've not done a good job of showing me that you have a quality product. Because don't forget, they have to even see this thing before they now say, okay, let me buy and see if it's quality.
So you have to, it needs to reflect visually. Your excellence have to reflect
Exactly.
visually, because
Definitely.
they are seeing the picture first. They don't
Yeah,
even know you. They are seeing your picture, they are seeing what you're putting out there first before they can now decide that your content matters or
exactly.
not. So
And if you know, yeah, sorry. And if you know you're
yeah.
not good at that aspect, that's where collaboration also comes in. I think I've shared this on my page too. Where if you know you're not, because in the way you talk to your clients, so excellence has to be there to like from the beginning of the product to the end of it, to final product where the customer has gotten it. It has to use excellence. Like everything is just coming out and is telling you this is the percentage, this is what we do here. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
if you're not really good at that aspect, you can get someone to help you through that aspect. Or you have to be intentional about learning it. And if you're not good at it, you can collaborate with someone that the person has to also believe in the brand, whatever you guys are doing in that brand. Because some people are just, you see a lot of people that want to partner with you, what they want is just the cash out, just to collect money ASAP. That's what they want. But you know someone that maybe this person is ready to stick with you for the long run and he understands this is what we are trying to build here, right? So that kind
Yeah.
of person can be, okay, we'll handle this other parts we are more good at. Let me focus on this part we are good at. And it should be like a partnership stuff, not let me just get something and just move, let me just get money ASAP. I don't know if you
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying.
I get, because the truth is you can't do it all alone.
Definitely.
Um, realize that you can't do it all alone, and it's best when you get people to collaborate with you. There are always people that would like to collaborate with you. Don't
Yes,
assume everybody is looking for something to get
something,
out
yeah.
of things. People will love to collaborate and also know why you want to collaborate. That way, you'll be able to see the
Yeah,
audience.
exactly. And you know the person you want to collaborate with. You know what you need and you know the kind of person you need for the job.
Yeah, yes, yes. So I'm going to close today because it's time past 20. We're supposed to close by 9, but not 12. I want to appreciate Mr. Noor for honoring us. I've learned a lot.
Thank you very much.
Recap. Um, what you explain excellence as being good at the quality of your work. So it's more
Yeah.
about the quality of your work, and that to actually build your excellence level, you have to build your knowledge. You have to find it if you don't know, if you don't have it, and you also have to build the way you perceive the quality. So you have to expand your space. The world is bigger than your world, and as you
Exactly.
said,
Exactly.
social media has helped us to be exposed. You don't have to leave the country anymore. You can experience out of the country by just looking through your phone. So you see people that are better. Expose yourself.
Yeah.
Know what
Okay.
you're good at and
Seek for
keep
knowledge.
excelling
Keep
that.
seeking for knowledge.
Yes. So you also mentioned that excellence drips down from the leadership. And the best way to build excellence is building the person behind the excellence. So if you want your company to be excellent, build yourself, personal development, build yourself,
Definitely.
get better, your personal. Because we reflect, let it be part of your core value and always
Cover.
crave to learn more. Always learn, because once you stop learning, you start
It's
dying.
not
The world is evolving. Knowledge never ends. And you also mentioned that you have an open mind and we should get exposed to the greater world, which I mentioned earlier. You moved on to mention our process. You said every step of the process should be taken well as it reflects the quality of the final product. So once you want to build your excellence, build it in your process. Build it in your process. Make sure that each step of your process is excellent. Then the end result has no choice but to be excellent. So
Definitely.
excellency is in the steps, is in every of the process steps. You also mentioned that it doesn't end at your product, it also ends with it also continues relationship with your clients. Build
Currency.
your excellence relating with your clients and be intentional. It doesn't matter where you're coming from, it doesn't matter who you are. We are starting from the scratch here. It doesn't matter. We are not looking at status. It doesn't matter where your status is, as long as you are building. If you're building, one day you will get there. That's just the so being intentional about the building block. If the building blocks, just like your process, if the building block is excellent, one day the world will recognize you and they will see you as an excellent person. So be intentional regardless of who you are and don't rush it. Processes, great processes are not rushed. Don't rush it. Then you also mentioned about our business practices. You said we should also try to be excellent in our business practices and sacrifice. There's this thing you said, sacrifice happens before satisfaction. Most
Yeah,
times you have to satisfy somebody before you see that that person is satisfied, and
exactly.
that's the price to pay. Um, you went on to talk about the pricing method, and you said that most of us don't price right. So we would have to learn how to price right. Consider all your costs, not just your production cost. There is the running cost, there is the logistic cost. So know your cost, consider it, add it, and add your gain. The cost is not your gain. Add your
Exactly.
gain, then you can start considering if you are pricing right or not. Also, you said to know our target audience because that determines your price. You can't want to sell luxury and be giving the price of mass produced. So you have to
Definitely.
know the target audience, and that would help. And also reduce your transportation costs. That's one of the things that can quickly be reduced or be cut short. To reduce that, it also will help with your profit, especially in this. You mentioned professionalism. You said we should be professional with people's time. You
Exactly.
respect
That's very important.
very, very important. Be professional. All true and true. People are watching. The way you relate with them, they may not like it at the moment, but they will spread the news. So be professional at all times, respect people's time, and communicate your experiences. Communicate your experiences, create content about what you do, and then pitch your brand to people because how you pitch it also matters. So pitch it because if you wink in the dark, nobody is seeing you, and you can't blame them for not buying from you because you are in dark. Nobody can see that you are winking. If you now wink wrong, is different, but you are winking light and you are winking in darkness. Please shine your light, spread your news, pitch your brand to people, market your brand as it needs to reflect visually, and that is where I took my notes. Um,
Mhm.
I hope I covered so much, so much, so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, I think, yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah, you're
much. You,
welcome.
you have to
Yeah,
come. You
I
know,
was going to say something too. So about the
yeah.
pricing too, I'm currently trying to get like I'm trying to write an ebook where I can help with that pricing, especially for shoemakers, because that's my forte, right? Because I noticed and I've seen it over and over and over. Like a lot of people just sometimes I see product and you hear the price and I just know this person is not making 5 naira from this thing. You probably get the
Mm,
money, but you're not making any money because if you're using all of this material, right? I know the amount this material is being sold for. You can't be making all of this and you're selling for this price. Most times, the people that have that problem are the beginners. Of course, they want to attract clients and all of that.
yeah.
That's understandable. But then you still have to even understand what you're doing. It's not like you're just flinging it and all like that. You have to understand what you're doing to the point where, okay, if this is the strategy I'm using now, It's not because I'm little, but then I'm using this strategy now to attract this one. Then I move up. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So
I
see,
do,
now
I do.
I'll just communicate later, but then I think I will have to write an ebook about that and just show that.
Just let me know when it's out. Let me know when the ebook is out, so I can also spread the message on my social
Thank you very
media
much.
platform and even get one of the books. I hope it's not going to be too expensive.
I know. No, I don't think so.
Okay, so I hope to get one and also
Okay.
share on my social media platform. Thank you so much. But you'll be coming again, definitely, because you know we didn't really get through our notes.
Yeah,
So you'll be coming again,
no problem.
and you are going.
I'll be glad to
Yes,
be
please.
here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for
Bye.
joining.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. No.
All right. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Bye bye.
So don't forget to like, to share, and follow this page. You can also follow our guests on no at no.bata.ng. No.bata.ng. You can also follow me because he has 3 Instagram pages: no.bata.ng, no.lagos, and at ND_workshop. But the workshop is self work and shop SHP. So NB_workshop